show. Take this opportunity to ask any questions you may have about, and I mentioned this specifically, not just about the religion of Islam, but also the current affairs, also about what is going on around us, and especially what are our duties in this 21st century. Our Islamic scholar, we are very grateful to have him on our tonight's show, likewise each and every week, where he tries his utmost best to answer any questions to the best of his ability. Viewers, 30 days of Mahir Ramadan has passed. We have fasted, we have stayed the nights up in Ibadah, and now the month of Shawwal has started indeed. With that, I like to bring in our Islamic scholar and ask him to shed light on how we can continue that blessings, those amazing days and nights that we had during the month of Ramadan. Sayyidina, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah bless you and bless all our brothers and sisters. May Allah grant all of you and all the mu'mineen and mu'minat more of His blessings, more of His bounties, more from His grace, with the blessings of Muhammad and his holy progeny, Ahlebait. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. After completing the month of Ramadan, we submit our thanks to Allah, who made us alive during the whole month and also granted us life after the month of Ramadan, praying to Him for blessing us and granting us more blessings and letting us remain alive till the next month of Ramadan and Ramadan and Ramadan. And also we pray to Allah to keep the light of the month of Ramadan with us. That is very important. The 1 month of fasting and ibadat and reciting of Quran and giving charity and doing good is achievement which needs to be maintained. We don't want to lose what we have achieved. There are some people who after the month of Ramadan don't care to maintain their achievements. We see many of them who indulge in sinful acts immediately after the month of Ramadan, from the day of Eid, as if the month of Ramadan did not change anything in their lives. We need to thank Allah and we need to seek from Allah to keep the light of the month of Ramadan, the spirit of the month of Ramadan, the benefits of fasting and worshipping Allah with us always. Mainly the piousness, taqwa, the piousness which is the aim of fasting. Fasting aims to keep us or to make us more pious, away from sinful acts. So those who were angry in their usual life after the month of Ramadan, they should be away from anger. They should change their behavior. Those who were not accurate, not punctual in their worships, salah, namaz, especially morning prayer, and any prayer, should decide that their namaz should be always on time. Those who sometimes forget themselves and look at different websites or films or videos, not caring whether it is allowed or not allowed, should think twice. And every matter of talking, doing, even thinking, the month of Ramadan aims to make us better human beings. Let us keep this aim and let us keep on the good work, inshallah ta'ala.
Inshallah. Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina.
Some people are
Sayyidina, this...
asking that after the month of Ramadan, some people say that, is it recommended to fast 6 days immediately after Eid?
Yes.
The answer, simply, this narration of fasting 6 days after the Eid is not authentic narration, according to our maraji of taqleed. It is not authentic narration. Number one, you know, Eid is just 1 day. But many of our leading maraji say that it is not permissible to fast 3 days of Eid. 3 days, not 1 day. So, say for example, Eid, the first day, second and third, no fasting. If you want to fast, it is free to fast, but after that, the matter of 6 days is not authentic. Always it is good to fast, especially those who have got qaza namaz, qaza fast, those who missed any day due to illness, due to traveling, the females who had their period of menses and they want to keep the qada, they can do the qada anytime. Yes, please.
Thank you very much indeed. Said, for those who say that Eid al-Fitr should not be celebrated due to the Shahada of Imam Ali alayhi salam 10 days before, what have you. So there are some that will go and commemorate, do a majalis on Imam Ali during Eid day itself. Can you clarify this? Where Eid, as we know, is a form of celebration. So where's the confusion there? Who's right, who's wrong?
You see, sometimes some people go very over the limits, claiming that they are very much in love of Hazrat Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. I want to ask them, do you want to claim that you are better than Imam Hassan alayhi salam? If you claim that you are better than Imam Hassan alayhi salam, so I don't want to talk to you. When Imam Hassan alayhi salam and Imam Hussain, both of them celebrated Eid after the martyrdom of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. So, what is the point that you are trying to make? This is, I can call it cultural emotions, which some people want to exceed the limits to show their love, but not in a proper way. You cannot love Ahlul Bayt more than Ahlul Bayt themselves. So we are following our infallible Imams, all our infallible Imams, starting from Imam Hassan, Imam Hussain, all of them celebrated Eid al-Fitr and performed Namaz Eid and performed the Dua of Eid, and all things which we are now doing are from our infallible Imams. So we tell those who claim that no celebration, no Eid, we tell them, go and follow Ahlul Bayt, not to follow your own emotions, your own understanding, which cannot be better than the understanding of the infallible Imams alayhim salam.
Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. Sayyidina, obviously Eid al-Fitr was just a few days ago, and due to the measures put in place by the government in terms of not obviously mosques and masajids not being open, therefore many people went ahead and prayed Eid al-Fitr Salah at home. Can you clarify the conditions on being able to pray Eid al-Fitr prayers at home? Can we, or do we need to have some number of people behind, etc.?
And some people think that Eid namaz is obligatory. In fact, many Muslims, they take Eid namaz more important than their daily namaz. As many Muslims, they don't want to miss Eid namaz, but they do miss Jummah namaz. Do miss morning namaz, Zuhr namaz, Maghrib. So the obligatory namaz daily does not include namaz Eid. Namaz Eid is obligatory when the Imam is in appearance in the social life. During the time of the Prophet, it was obligatory. Time of the infallible Imams were among people, obligatory. But in the time of the ghaibat of the Imam, occultation of the Imam, Eid namaz is recommended. This first fact. Number two, Eid namaz can be performed at home. Either you perform it individually, alone, or by jama'at, with your own family. If you perform it with congregation, then after the 2 rak'ats of namaz Eid, there are 2 khutbahs. But if you perform Eid namaz individually, just 2 rak'at of namaz and no khutbahs after that. So performing namaz Eid at home is perfect, whether you perform it individually or with congregation.
Thank you very much indeed. So now, when fitrana is taken out and a person has forgotten to do the niyyah of the fitrana before namaz Eid al-Fitr, but then realizes maybe a day or two later on that the niyyat wasn't done, even though the fitrana was given, but in that person's mind that was that he will do the niyyat on the day of Eid, but then realizes 24 or 48 hours later. Is that still accepted?
What is the meaning of niyat? Niyat does not mean to pronounce or to say something. No. Niyat is the intention. When someone has taken out money for fitrana, that is the niyat. That's it. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Whenever he remembers that time, the fitra money, fitrana, should be given to the poor as soon as we can.
Thank you very much indeed. So now, a very sort of a common question, you've been asked this probably many times before, however, an ongoing issue regarding the disciplining of children. How, from what age, to discipline children? To discipline children. So, first and foremost, from what age can you start disciplining children? For example, if a child is behaving badly, or if a child is swearing, or child is not listening to the elders, etc., among many other issues that children have with their grown-ups or what have you. Question is, from what age? Number one, what age do you need to start disciplining children? And if in terms of penalties and punishment, how far does Islam permit you to discipline your children in? If you can give a detailed answer to this, please.
Every father and mother are responsible to make their children grow up in a proper way with good akhlaq, good behavior, to teach them to always say the truth, to teach them always to be kind, to be just, not to do wrong to anyone, try to help everyone as much as possible, perform the obligatories as much as he can. Of course, namaz and fasting is not obligatory on the children who are not baligh, though it is good to train them, to start training them from the age of 6. From the age of 6, we need to train the children how to pray namaz. Not as an obligatory, means we cannot punish them if they don't pray, because they are still not baligh. But we need to start training them gradually in a nice way. If the child does bad, we should not jump on punishment. Punishment should be the last resource. Good akhlaq, good attitude, good advice is the way to deal when the child does something wrong. The parents are not allowed to hit their children with the excuse of punishing them, making them all right. No. Yes, if there is no way to make the child stop the wrong, but only to hit him, the hit should be nominal. Nominal. If the father of the mother, if they hit their son or daughter and the skin becomes reddish, there is a penalty on them, on the person who hit the child. If it becomes bluish, the penalty becomes more. So hitting the children in a way which leaves their skin reddish or bluish is not permissible at all. Leave aside making the child bleed, that is greater, major sin, to make the child bleed, to hit, to injure the child. So we have to be careful when we try to teach our children the discipline. We should not fall into sinful act. Mainly, every father and mother, we need to control over our temper, because many of the parents, in front of the mistakes of the children, they lose their temper. And they sometimes think that it is a challenge to their honor, to their ego. So they come and hit the child because the child is weak and they are stronger than the child, which is completely wrong. Control over your temper. Don't punish before you give him chances and give him advices. If you find no way but punishment, then punish very slightly, very gently, without making the skin of the child becomes reddish or bluish or anything else.
Thank you very much. And so that a related question is when you see your own family, relatives, children misbehaving, like very young kids, and you tell them that you tell them you know sort of tell them off, the parent will jump in and say, "Oh, it's okay. They're still young. Let them carry on being kind of children. They're still young." Is that a good way to because at the end of the day, if you don't plant the right seeds in children at a very early age, then they will grow up being worse maybe. So if you're telling a child off and their parents mind you telling them off because they feel they are still young, let them misbehave or let them act the way they're acting. Is that the right way that parents should respond?
No, of course, it is not good to let the children do wrong without any comments from the parents. It is wrong to say that let the child do whatever he or she wants. He is still, she is still a child. No, if a child does wrong, we cannot leave the child doing wrong because he might take it as usual. It can be a habit for him to do wrong. If the child starts lying, the parents should not be indifferent because lying is bad. You don't want your child to grow up as a liar. So you need to make it clear that this is not good for you. Allah does not like the liars. Everyone does not, all the people do not like the liar like that. But don't punish severely. Don't punish severely. And don't jump into punishment immediately. No, give chances, give good advices with gentle words, nice words, promising them something good, nice if they don't do the mistake again. Yes, please.
Thank you very much, Sayyidina. Sayyidina, is there a relationship between shaitan and nafs ammara? Or shaitan and any other nafs lavama, mutmainna? Is there any type of relationship that these have with the shaitan himself?
Shaitan is the ally of nafs ammara. Nafs ammara and shaitan are both allies trying to bring the human being down. That's why in Quran you read وَنَهَى النَّفْسَ عَنِ الْهَوَى. Hawa is the bad desire which comes from nafs ammara. The mu'min is always careful from two enemies, shaitan and the inner enemy, the ally of shaitan, which is called nafs ammara or hawa, khahish. You know, the evil khahish, evil desire, which is within every human being. The good persons try to keep their desires under the control of their aql, intellect. And bad people keep their aql under the control of their desires. So may Allah protect us from the evil of shaitan and the evil of our evil desires. And nafs al-ammara.
Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. So the question regarding the religion or belief of the companions before Islam, what did they practice? What did they believe in? Those who became the companions after accepting Islam, what was it that they practiced? What was their daily
They
ritual?
were part of their own society. Society, usually in that time, they used to worship idols. And it is usual that most of people worship idols. And we don't ask them about that, because we have got hadith, al-Islamu yajubbu ma qablah. When a person becomes a Muslim, his Islam will cut off all the past, whatever past he had, non-believer, kafir, mushrik, whatever. When he becomes a Muslim, Islam will cut off, will omit, will delete the previous history. But the point is this: those who became Muslims, yet they did not obey Allah and the Prophet properly, they are the people who are under question. We don't ask, why did you spend years and years from your life worshipping the idols? No, he was non-Muslim. But after you became a Muslim, did you obey Allah and the Prophet? Those who did wrong to the Prophet, those who misbehaved with the Prophet, even in Quran Allah mentioned them. إن الذين ينادونك من وراء الحجرات أكثرهم لا يعقلون. Those who call you from behind the rooms, his own house rooms, most of them have no senses. They are supposed to be Muslims, but they did not respect the Prophet. We don't blame them for their past before Islam, but we blame those who disobeyed the Prophet or harmed the Prophet or misbehaved with the Prophet, and those who did wrong to the family of the Prophet, Ahlebait alayhim salam.
Thank you very much indeed. Said now, the wajib sajda of the Quran, the ayahs of the Quran that is recited and one has to perform a sajda, does that conclude if you hear the Quran maybe on TV or that particular ayah on the radio or the TV, do you still have to prostrate? And second part of that question is it only if it's uttered in Arabic language, or if it was said in any other language, that particular ayah, do you still have to perform sajda?
Most of our ulama say that wajib sajda will be wajib only if it is read by you or it was recited by someone that you were hearing, someone,
Okay.
not recording, not on the TV, unless it was live on the TV, but live,
Okay.
not recorded, not CD, not file, sound file, no, something which is live, then sajda will be obligatory. Otherwise, it is not obligatory according to many of our ulama.
And it has to be only be done in Arabic, even if it's live.
In Arabic, the verse itself. The
The
verse
verse itself has to be in Arabic. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. So the question regarding angels, do they have gender? Are they female angels? Are they male angels, etc.? Are they young angels, like children, adult? I mean, is there age? Do they age or not? Or is it just angels?
The non-believers claimed that the angels are daughters of Allah.
Mm-hmm.
They claim that the angels are daughters of Allah. That's why in Quran Allah asks them, أَفَأَصْفَاكُمْ رَبُّكُمْ بِالْبَنِينَ وَاتَّخَذَ مِنَ الْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنَاثًا. Did Allah prefer you with sons and kept for him the angels as daughters? Which means that this faith is completely baseless. It is false. Now, what is the reality of the gender of the angels? We say we are not supposed to enter in such subject. It has nothing to do with us. Allah who created them knows, and we have nothing to do at all with such subjects. In fact, not only the subject, many similar subjects, which should not take any of our time, any of our research or effort, because it has no effect whatsoever on our life.
Thank you very much indeed. Assalamu alaikum. I want to recite namaz shukrana every day. Which is the best time? Is it after Fajr or after Maghrib or Isha?
Anyway, praying namaz shukrana is very, very good. Inshallah, you will see that more you pray namaz shukrana, your bounties will be more. Now, when to pray namaz shukrana? Anytime. Anytime. And namaz shukrana is a recommended namaz. So you can't pray it even while you are walking. If you have wudu, you can pray the recommended namaz in the sitting position, in the standing position, in walking position as well. So it has got great thawab, and you can pray it in different forms, even while walking. You are walking or driving, and you can pray namaz shukrana, and you recite alhamd and surah, then bend your head little bit for ruku', subhana rabbi al-azim wa bihamdih, then raise your head, then bend it again a little bit more for sujood, subhana rabbi al-a'la wa bihamdih. Like that, you will have the reward of performing namaz shukrana anytime.
Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. Sayyidina, very famous ayah, seek help through patience and prayer.
Yeah.
Can you clarify what this actually means? How do we seek help through patience and prayer? What type of prayer? What are we talking about here? What type of patience? I mean, what are the levels? Can you clarify what this means?
First says, وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ. Always the human being is exposed to challenges, different types of challenges, social challenges, family challenges, government challenges, personal challenges, illnesses, poverty, different types of difficulties. So the human being facing challenges needs help. Allah is telling us, seek help from patience. According to many hadiths, patience here means fasting, because fasting trains us to be stronger human beings, teaches us patience, makes our willpower stronger. And salah, the prayers and the supplications. So we seek help from fasting and prayers and supplications. One of the names of the supplication is salah. So we seek help through these good acts. Of course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is guiding us to seek help through these acts, which means that Allah will definitely help those who seek help through the sabr and salah, patience and prayers.
Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. Sayyidina, how can you tell if something is a trial or a test, or whether it's punishment from God?
Allah knows. We, with our limited knowledge, we cannot decide for sure that this is punishment or test. No doubt, those who have no sins, like the infallible Imams, they have no punishment because there's no sin at all in their life. So it is for raising their degree in the paradise. But people who can commit sins, they don't know whether it is punishment or test. Always the believer should be careful that there is a possibility that what he is suffering from can be punishment and can be test as well, and can be reminder and can be warning, so that can help the mu'min, the believer, to rectify himself whenever he faces any even thought which might be not proper, or any act which can be not good. So to be careful and to try to always be away from any act which can have bad reaction.
Thank you very much indeed, Syed. So now, during Masha, is it obligatory to wipe feet to the ankle, or is it sufficient to just wipe to the toes?
In fact, wiping over the feet from the beginning of the toes up to the ankle, no need, not compulsory to wipe over the whole feet. No.
Okay.
Even if you wipe with one finger, just one finger from the beginning of the toe up to the ankle, that should be enough. But wiping from the beginning of the toes up to the ankle.
Thank you very much. And say that in sujood, is it allowed if toes are bent?
In sujood, one of the obligatories of sujood, that 7 parts of the body should be on the ground. The forehead mainly, then the both hands 2 and 3, then the knees 4 and 5, then the 2 toes, right and left. So during sujood, the toes should be vertical on the ground, not bending. Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed. So that, can you share all the reasons why women have to wear hijab in Islam?
I can reply this question, a brief reply, and I can go into details. Let me start with a brief reply. Who created man and woman knows each and every matter about man and woman and about everything, because he created everything. Whatever rules he has sent is in the interest of the human being. Allah, who created the females, made it obligatory on them to wear hijab for their own dignity and respect, for their own safety, for their own peace of mind, for their own family's respect, and for the society settlement. Because females without hijab, can lead to many sexual crimes, as you see now in the many countries where hijab is not implemented. Thousands and thousands of females are being raped. Why? Because there are some weak males, and females without hijab instigate those weak males, and they commit crimes of rape. Hijab is for the safety. Hijab is for the respect, for the dignity of the female, and also for the male as well, to protect male from being dragged into sexual sinful acts, and also for the families and for the society. And he who created everyone knows more than us about ourselves. And he knows that females must wear hijab for their own interest. And he knows that females without hijab will suffer a lot, and the family will suffer, and society will suffer. So it is for the interest of the female and male and family and whole society. Details of it is known to Allah. We can mention some details, but in short, that Muslim believes that whatever Allah says is the truth, because the knowledge of Allah is unlimited, not like our knowledge, which is nothing in front of the knowledge of Allah. And the mercy of Allah is unlimited, and the wisdom of Allah is unlimited. When the unlimited knowledge with unlimited mercy, with unlimited wisdom, all together give us an order, it is definitely according to the absolute wisdom, based on our own benefit. The females who observe hijab get great benefits, which is known to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And by observing and implementing the orders of Allah, they will live with the blessings in this life, and they will get the great reward and victory and complete happiness after this world.
Thank you very much indeed, Syed. Syed, back to the question on Namaz Shukrana. I think brothers and sisters asked, how do you perform, what do you read, and how to perform in Namaz Shukrana?
Simply being mustahab namaz, the simplest way to perform it, just niyat, that I pray in your heart. Pray 2 rakat namaz, shukrana, thanking Allah, and Allahu Akbar, recite Surah Al-Hamd. Only Al-Hamd. If you want to recite another surah, more better. But only Al-Hamd will be also enough. Then ruku', then 2 sajda, then again second rak'at, Al-Hamd only. Then qunut if you want. Qunut is not wajib, recommended. Then ruku', then 2 sajda, and tashahhud, and salam. That's it. The simplest way.
Thank you very much indeed. So a man who is married with children but wishes to have more children, however the wife is unable to conceive, can the man marry another second wife for this reason, for this particular reason?
Sometimes it is allowed, sometimes it is not allowed. When the man is unable to practice the justice between more than one wife, then not allowed. فإن خفتم ألا تعدلوا فواحدة. When you fear that you might not be able to practice the justice, then only one wife. But if you are sure 100% that you can maintain practical justice between more than one wife, then it is allowed with that condition only. Yes, please.
Thank you very much. So, is it allowed or is it wrong to uproot trees or vegetation in your garden just to, if you're building an extension or you're putting some concrete, what have you, like in your garden, but because you have the vegetation, the greenery, the especially the trees in Islam, is this allowed or not recommended? What's the ruling on that?
You see, uprooting the trees is not good. In fact, putting more trees is recommended. Always, we have got many hadiths recommending that we try to put more trees. We will get the reward of it till the day of judgment. Uprooting is not haram, but not good if it is for no reason. For if it is for reason which is more important, then it is okay, permissible. It depends on the reason why they want to uproot the trees or the vegetables. Yes, please.
Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. Sayyidina, what was the reason to pray towards the first Masjid Aqsa and then towards the Kaaba, which was going to happen sooner or later? And on top of that, while the prayer was happening, what was the actual reason behind all of this?
Allah knows. Some of the ulama say that the Kaaba was full of idols. Some of the ulama. We cannot say for sure, but it is mentioned among the ulama that Kaaba was in the beginning of the Salah was full of idols. And when Hazrat Ali alayhi salam destroyed the idols and Kaaba became clear of the idols, then the Qibla was transformed or changed from the Masjid al-Aqsa to Kaaba. We say Allah knows the best, and we submit to that.
Okay, so thank you very much. We do have a caller with us. Thank you for waiting. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Please go ahead with the question, brother. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, brother. Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
My question is about an ayat in Surah Al-Baqarah, ayat number 22 to 6, which states that a man who swears not to go to his wife for 4 months, then probably he has to pay some kafara. Is there any ruling? Can you explain that, please?
Okay. Thank you very much for your question, brother. Thank you so much. Say that basically what we have is a brother asking Surah number 2, ayah number 226, regarding not going to your wife within the 4 months. And then is there some kafara you have to pay? Can you shed some light upon that, please?
You see, it is not a matter of 4 months. والذين يؤلون من نسائهم تربص 4 أشهر. Some people in that time, when he becomes angry with his wife, he tells her that I will not touch you. This is haram itself. This act of the husband telling his wife, I will not touch you, is haram. And it has got a penalty, kafara. Okay? He has to fast 2 months. He has to fast 2 months. Or feed 60 poor persons. Yes, please.
Thank you very much indeed, Sayyidina. Sayyidina, question regarding when we to the famous hadith of the Prophet, peace be upon him, and his holy progeny, regarding the one who dies the death, the one who dies without the ma'rifah of the Imam dies the death of a jahil. Sayyidina, what, first and foremost, what's the difference between ilm and ma'rifah, and how do we go about obtaining this ma'rifah of the Imam? Are there certain stages, or what's the process? Do we just pick up a book on the 12th Imam? How does it work?
The hadith, which is narrated in Sunni and Shia books, من مات ولم يعرف إمام زمانه مات ميتة جاهلية. A person who dies without believing and submitting to the Imam of his time will die a death of jahiliyyah, ignorance. What is the meaning of it? Meaning is knowing, believing, following the Imam of your time is compulsory, like knowing and believing and following the Prophet of his time. Though the Imam is not Prophet, but those in the time of the Prophet were obliged to believe and follow the Prophet. If they ignore this fact, they will die with jahiliyyah, ignorance. Those of this time who, if they ignore the Imam of this time, Imam al-Mahdi ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu al-Sharif, they will die death of jahiliyyah. Knowledge, ilm, and ma'rifat. Al-ilm wal-ma'rifat. Ilm means to know. Ma'rifah means to know the details and the status. Many people in the time of the Prophet knew that he is the Prophet, but they didn't have ma'rifat. They did not believe in his status as the hujjat of Allah on them. What is required is ma'rifatul imam. Not only to know the name. Nowadays, millions of Muslims and non-Muslims know that there is an Imam al-Mahdi. In fact, if you search on the internet, you will find thousands of articles about Imam al-Mahdi written by non-Muslims, by non-Shias. They are expecting a leader who will come. But it is not only to know the name, it is to believe and follow. To believe and follow. That is the compulsory on every believer, and those who live and die without that faith and that obedience, without knowing the Imam and believing in him, they will die as a death of ignorance.
Thank you very much indeed. Sayyidina, we have a couple of minutes left for tonight's show. Therefore, if I could ask you to finish off with some advice for myself, for all our viewers, please.
May Allah bless you all. As we are coming near to the Maghrib, I would like to remind that every day before sunset and before sunrise, it is highly recommended to recite Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha illallah wallahu akbar 10 times. That's number one. Number two, I would like to remind myself and others to try our best to keep the nur, the light of the fasting, the month of Ramadan, with us all along the year. We recited Quran, we should not leave the Quran now. Recite whatever you can recite. And if you recite and gift the reward to Imam Zaman alayhi salam, you will gain great reward. So keep the spirit, keep the momentum, keep the good work achieved during the month of Ramadan as much as you can. And when you do good, don't forget to gift the reward of it to the Imam of this time, Al-Mahdi Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Al-Sharif. May Allah bless you all and keep you and your families and all the mu'mineen under the shadow of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the blessings of Imam Zaman alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad